We're in a very competitive rental market here. I'm going to talk about specifically what's taking place in Utah County, but this probably applies to a lot of other areas throughout the United States. And I'm not just making this content based off of theory. I own rentals and I'll talk about it from a landlord's perspective, as well as what I would do if I were out looking for something myself. We'll go through what the process generally is, and then I'll go through a couple tips on how I think you can go above and beyond what everyone else is doing. Right, so you're seeing this ad, whether it's on Landlord, whether it's on KSL, whether it's on Craigslist or Facebook or wherever you're seeing this, and you're reaching out to the homeowner. For us, we typically do open houses. Some people do separate showings, but regardless of what it is, here's what I would recommend you do. I would try to hop on a phone call or reach out to them and say, hey, what's important to you? Do you need us to be in there sooner? Is there something we could do in terms of price? You know, a lot of people are saying, you know, they just view it as like the asking price, right? In the real estate sales business, a lot of things go above asking price, but in the rental business, that's not really what takes place. Most people just say, okay, you know, we're gonna rent it out and then we're just gonna pick the best applicant and I hope I'm the best applicant. And they think all they can do is just put in the application and, you know, knock on wood from there. But here's what you can do. One, I would talk to them and just say, hey, you know, you're asking for $1,500. What if I did $1,550 and I could come in and sign tomorrow, right? Or what if I did $1,600? Look at your budget and see what makes sense there. And although you're thinking, I don't want to like pay more than what they're asking for, if it's a good rental and it makes sense for you and you can afford to pay a little bit extra, I think it makes better sense to lock that one in than to find one that's already overpriced. And because you've been beat up by the market so much, you go to one that's way overpriced and now you're already paying, you know, for that same product, $1,800. So you got to pick your battles there. Another thing I would do is I would actually talk to one of your old landlords if you have a good relationship with them and have them take the initiative of calling the new landlord. A lot of my past renters, I have a great experience with them. They left because they had bigger and better things to do with their life. So it took them out of our places. But if any of them called me and said, hey, Terry, I'm applying for X rental place. Here's the number. Would you mind calling them and giving them a short recommendation on me? You know, if they're actually a good renter, I would do that in a heartbeat and just say, of course, I'm happy to help out where I can. The third thing I would try to do is, again, find out what's important to them. Are they looking to hold that rental for a long term? Is it a shorter term? What are they looking for? If they're looking to hold it indefinitely, I'd say, hey, you know, what if I signed a 2-year lease or a 3-year lease? That way you know that you're taking care of long term, right? As long as that fits with your perspective, that's the conversation I would have with the person renting the property. So those are the biggest tips that are a little bit outside the box. I mean, we can talk about inside the box stuff all the time. Make sure you have a good rental income, credit, you know, that you have a good clean record, but you guys already know all that information, so I won't waste more time there. I will say good luck in this rental market, especially here in Utah County. It is brutal. It's very hard for us to decide, you know, who to pick because we have lots of really good applicants. But I'm telling you, if I had people do any of those 3 things, which I haven't yet, they'd probably go to number 1 or 2 on our list pretty much immediately. Hope this video was helpful. For anything that you guys need in regards to real estate, reach out or follow our channel. We're happy to help out wherever we can. Thanks so much.